New York, a bustling metropolis, a city buzzing with life and ambition. Over 8 million people call it home, speaking more than 800 languages across 5 boroughs. But this city wasn't always what you see today. To truly understand the Big Apple, we need to rewind the clock and explore the story beneath the skyscrapers. This is a tale spanning centuries, filled with indigenous peoples, colonial powers, revolutionaries, immigrants, and dreamers who transformed a natural harbor into the capital of the world. Long before Broadway and Wall Street, this land belonged to the Lenape people, who thrived here for thousands of years. They called this place Lenapehoking, the land of the Lenape. The Hudson River was their source of life, a highway for food, trade, and stories. They harvested oysters, fished for striped bass, and hunted deer through thick forests that covered the island. The land was rich and full of nature's bounty. Where Central Park sits, there were rolling hills and streams. Communities lived in harmony with the environment, practicing seasonal agriculture, growing corn, beans, and squash. The Lenape had sophisticated trade networks extending hundreds of miles, democratic governance, and rich spiritual traditions. This was Manhattan for millennia, home to perhaps 5,000 Lenape. But forces were stirring that would change everything. In 1609, Henry Hudson sailed up the river that now bears his name, sparking Europe's interest. He reported abundant beaver pelts, timber, and a perfect natural harbor. The Dutch claimed this place and founded New Amsterdam in 1624, a humble trading post destined for greatness. These settlers established a foothold on Manhattan Island and began shaping the future of this land. Just 30 families arrived first: Dutch traders, Walloons, and African laborers. The famous story says the Dutch purchased Manhattan for 60 guilders, but the Lenape didn't have European concepts of land ownership. They thought they were agreeing to share the land, not sell it forever. Director General Peter Stuyvesant arrived in 1647, paving streets, establishing police, and building a defensive wall along what's now Wall Street. The colony became remarkably diverse. By the 1640s, 18 languages were spoken here. But the English had been eyeing this valuable harbor. But New Amsterdam didn't stay Dutch for long. In 1664, without much resistance, the British took control and renamed it New York after the Duke of York. 4 English warships arrived with a simple message: surrender or be destroyed. Without a single shot fired, New Amsterdam became English territory. This shift marked a new chapter, turning the city into a key colonial hub in the British Empire, laying foundations for commerce and governance. The British allowed the Dutch to stay, and the population grew from 1,500 in 1664 to over 5,000 by 1700. As New York grew wealthier, colonists began questioning why they should answer to a distant king. New York played a pivotal role in America's fight for independence. It witnessed battles, occupation, and resilience during the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Long Island in 1776 became the largest battle of the entire war. Washington's army suffered devastating defeat, and New York remained British territory for 7 years. When the war ended in 1783, Washington triumphantly returned on Evacuation Day. Eventually, it became the first capital of the United States, laying down roots for the nation we know today. In 1789, George Washington took the oath of office as president on Wall Street. Congress met here, the Supreme Court held sessions here, and the Bill of Rights was drafted here. The population exploded from 33,000 in 1790 to over 60,000 by 1800. The late 19th and early 20th centuries brought an ocean of new faces. Millions arrived at Ellis Island, each with their stories, dreams, and determination. Between 1880 and 1920, over 12 million immigrants entered through New York Harbor. Ellis Island opened in 1892 for millions. It was their first glimpse of America. The inspection was intense, and about 2% were denied entry, but most made it through in hours. Germans came fleeing political turmoil. Irish escaped famine. Eastern European Jews fled pogroms. Italians sought opportunity. Chinese came despite exclusion acts. These new arrivals crammed into the Lower East Side, which became the most densely populated place on Earth. Communities formed vibrant neighborhoods: Little Italy, Chinatown, the Jewish Lower East Side, adding rich layers to New York's cultural fabric. Little Italy filled with fresh bread aromas. Chinatown bustled with markets. The Jewish Lower East Side hummed with Yiddish theaters. Harlem evolved into the capital of Black America. These immigrants built New York. Irish laborers dug tunnels. Italian masons constructed buildings. Jewish garment workers sewed clothes. Together, they created a culture uniquely New York. As industry boomed, so did the city's ambition. New York reached for the sky, constructing iconic buildings like the Empire State and Chrysler Buildings. Steel frames and electric elevators revolutionized construction. The 1913 Woolworth Building soared to 792 feet. The Chrysler Building emerged in 1930 at 1,046 feet with its gleaming Art Deco spire. In 1931, the Empire State Building claimed the crown at 1,454 feet. Built during the Depression in just 13 months, it employed thousands who needed jobs. Photographers captured workers eating lunch on steel beams hundreds of feet up. These skyscrapers became symbols of progress and possibility, redefining the city's skyline and inspiring the world. They announced that New York was the future, where yesterday's impossibilities became today's achievements. New York's magic lies in its diversity. Jazz clubs thrived in Harlem, Broadway dazzled with performances, and vibrant street festivals filled the boroughs. The 1920s Harlem Renaissance saw African-American culture explode. Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong played legendary clubs. Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston redefined American literature. Harlem became the cultural capital of Black America. Broadway dazzled with performances that set global standards. Greenwich Village became the heart of Bohemia, where artists and revolutionaries gathered. Hip-hop was born in the Bronx. Punk rock exploded at CBGB's. This cultural mosaic shaped global art, music, and creativity like no other place on Earth. Chinese New Year, San Gennaro Feast, Puerto Rican Day Parade, each neighborhood contributed cultural flavors that made New York extraordinary. The city has seen dark days, the hardships of the Great Depression, the gritty crime waves of the 1970s, and the tragedy of 9/11s. The Depression hit hard. Unemployment reached 25%. Breadlines stretched around blocks. The 1970s nearly bankrupted the city. Crime exploded and entire Bronx neighborhoods burned. September 11, 2001 changed everything. When the Twin Towers fell, taking nearly 3,000 lives, the city confronted unimaginable grief. Yet New Yorkers never lost spirit. They rebuilt, reimagined, and emerged stronger, embodying resilience and hope. After each crisis, New York revitalized. Crime dropped dramatically, the One World Trade Center rising to 1,776 feet symbolizes this resilience. This is the New York spirit, knocked down but never knocked out. Today, New York is a global icon, an ever-evolving mix of old and new, tech and tradition, ambition and soul. It's a city still writing its story, every day on every street corner, inspiring millions worldwide with its energy and relentless drive. Former industrial areas became creative hubs. Brooklyn transformed into a cultural powerhouse. Technology companies make New York Silicon Valley's rival. Nearly 40% of residents were born outside the U.S. Over 200 languages are spoken in Queens, the most linguistically diverse place on Earth. From the Lenape to the millions seeking a better life, New York is more than a place. It's a dream that reinvents itself every generation. Thanks for joining this journey through New York's incredible past and vibrant present. Like this video and subscribe for more surprising stories behind the cities you think you know.